want this cheese, fool? Oh my God! Hey! Cut it out!
All right, hey, how's it going, everybody?
That was original.
That was an interesting intro, beer man.
How you guys doing today, wherever you're from in this beautiful world? Welcome to another Beer and Cheese Tuesday. Got a great panel here, and I thank you guys for being here. We got Michael Kummeroff.
Hello, everybody.
Miscellaneous Brew Reviews.
Cheers.
East Coast LQ Reviews.
Cheers, everyone.
Bumpy Road Brewery.
Cheers.
Whiskey Scout.
Hey.
And Beer Man. Cheers, guys. Cheers to the chat. All you guys will eventually, I'm sure, come on in. But welcome. Drunken One is here already. He is first. Yes, he is. As always, usually. Cheers to you, man. And cheers to everyone else. Thanks for being here. We're gonna do let me get the banner up. And this is going to be American Brown, Altbier, or any wheat with one of three cheeses, Asiago, Swiss, or any cheddar. I try to throw those any's in there so that everyone can make it. So I'm sure everyone can find the any's. All right, let's go ahead and start with Michael and do our show-off time here, and then we'll review, and the rest is history.
Okay, so this, if you could see in the picture, or when he puts me on big screen, is regular straight Aldi cheddar, and I have it cut up in. I swear I try to cut up pieces that are not the same, because whenever I watch these cooking shows, they give you extra points for cutting it perfectly. So I'm anti what they do. So I cut it in all kinds of different shapes, and I don't care. I'm a renegade. It doesn't bother me. And the beer that I have is from 6 Point, and it's called Apollo Wheat, and it's their summer wheat. 5.2% and 13 IBUs, and I'm going to pour it into the glass. And we'll see what we can see here. Trying to avoid an Alex pour. Not being too successful either. Okay, so my first attempt is going to have a pretty good head, but we don't really care anyway. I'll let this subside and come back to you. But as you can see, there's a lot of carbonation and a lot of white, bubbly head. And I'll come back after everybody does their intro.
Awesome. Looks good. Cool. Thank you, Michael. All right. Miscellaneous.
Cheers, man.
All right.
Cheers,
guys. So, we're revisiting a cheese here. This is from Cabot, their legacy collection. This is their white oak cheddar cheese. English style cheddar. Surprises with subtle hints of caramel sweetness. Find out about that. It's very nice white cheddar cheese there. That was a taro, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Looked yellow when I put it up on you. Yeah, it's white. Almost looks like butter. And the beer I've got is out of Kansas City, Missouri. This is from Boulevard. This is their unfiltered wheat beer in the can. Oh, there is a date touched in the bottom. Let's see, what do we got? July 1st, 2022. So I'm assuming that's Best Buy. Wouldn't be the first time this year I had a beer from the future. It's weird, right? I had that one that was dated like 3 years ahead. Anyways, first time trying this. I tried to pick this up for somebody had a wheat beer style show. I don't think it was Monty Monday, but can't remember. So yeah, about a one finger head there, pretty tight knit, white bubble, definitely unfiltered, hazy. Pretty good.
Yeah, sure does.
Yeah,
awesome.
Pretty good. Cheers, guys.
Cool, man. Cheers, Miscellaneous.
Cheers.
All right, Tanner.
All right. I also have a legacy collection Cabot. This is their Alpine cheddar cheese.
says super premium aged. Hints of Swiss and Parmesan and a cheddar aged to creamy, nutty perfection. So I took out a decent amount of the block. Not that much. I got on my cheese board here. Slices, white cheddar. Looks good. And then for my beer, I have a brew by White Birch Brewing out of Nashua, New Hampshire. This is the Berliner Weiss German style sour wheat ale, clocking in at 5.5% alcohol by volume. Bought a single can. I believe it was like $4. So I have my shock top glass. Thank you, Bumpy. Tell me what glass to use.
I didn't say get a shock top,
No.
but a wheat.
Yeah,
I thought he gave you the glass.
That makes sense. No. Yeah. Well, you got some different tabs on here. That's weird. But yeah, let's pour it up. See what it looks like. I've actually had this glass for a while too. I don't know why I haven't used it more often.
Pour it heavier.
Pour heavier.
Yeah, you got room.
Super fizzy. White head. Seems like it's dissipating kind of quick. Lots of large bubbles on the side. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, it doesn't really. It looks like it's definitely gonna be gone in a couple seconds. Lots of effervescence though. Some nice bubbles. So it's got like a little bit of a haze to it. Hazy. Hold it up to light. Yeah, hazy. A slight haze. Straw color. It actually looks like it's got like a light tint of like green when you hold it up in person. Actually, on the camera, it doesn't really look like that. But when you hold it up to the light, yeah, it definitely has a little bit more of a golden straw color. A little bit of head left, but yeah, it looks good. So, cheers, guys.
Nice. Cheers, Tanner.
Cheers.
Thank you. All right, Bumpy.
Hey.
Hey.
Nah. The cheese. They stuck a sticker over it. I was like, damn it, because I asked for no bag, so they put a sticker on it. I went to a grocery store. I bought cheese, and they were putting a bag. I'm like, I don't need a bag for that sticker. I'm like, no. So, anyways, this is from Ford Farm, which you can't see under the sticker, but Ford Farm. They're the cheese makers out of Dorchester, England. This is a farmhouse cheddar ale with mustard and ale.
Wow.
So, yeah, I had to go for a cheddar I haven't had before. I have not had a mustard and ale cheddar yet. So this is what it looks like. It was a wet cheese coming out of the package. There's some dampness, oily, substancey liquid on top of the cheese there. And Michael will be very proud of my cheese cutting because I will call this crappy cuts.
So you're into my style too. I like that.
Yeah, it's just kind of, and this is it was a very brittle but sticky cut. So like I was cutting it, and some of it was just kind of breaking up into little bits, like this one. I think that actually stuck to the knife, and the other portion of it was just sticking to the knife, cutting it up. Oh, if we can have a moment of silence too, my cheese cutting board perished.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right. The beer that I'm bringing. This is from Schilling Beer Company. They're out of Littleton, New Hampshire. This one's called Kaiser Falls. Notice there's a P in there. The P is silent. They're a Germanic style brewery. This is an Altbier coming at 5.1%. Altbier stands for basically old beer, old style. It's basically the style of beer that may have been brewed back in Germany before they started going heavy on the lagers. When they fell in love with lagering, a lot of their beers turned to the lager style. So This is considered an old beer style, being an alt beer. So it's an ale. It's an ale from Germany. Well, this one's from New Hampshire, but let's pour it up.
All
Look
right.
at the date. Look at the date. April 25th. So it's a couple months old, a little over a couple months. No.
Yeah.
It's less than a couple months. So 325 before. It's a month and a half. Almost 2 months. Right in that realm.
Sounds good.
We'll pour it into a glass. It doesn't matter what glass you're pouring this into. It's an alt beer. Pours with a kind of off-white, a little bit coppery, like khaki, rocky head. The color of the beer itself is definitely copper. And it's very unfiltered and hazy. You can kind of see some shadowy objects as you get down to where the vessel here, the beer glass, thins out a bit. But as you get up into the depth, it gets harder to see through. Looking at it on my end, it looks a lot like a Long Island iced tea. It's got that coloration. You can't see it on that end. It just looks copper. But it's kind of like
Yeah, it does look copper.
It's kind of like copper, bright orange, and then it gets kind of yellow and like kind of yellowish orange until it's like a vibrant yellow at the very bottom. But yeah, that's the brew. The head's going away because it was rocky. And yeah,
Sweet.
come back and talk about the aromas and the flavors later. Cheers.
Sounds great. Thank you, Bumpy. Appreciate it, man. All right, Robert.
All right. For my cheese, it's a local. I think I've had them on here before. It's the Weeby Dairy in Durham, Kansas. And Michael asked what the population of Durham was. I really didn't know till I looked it up. It's 71 people. I was wrong. And the population of where I live is 18,846 people. That was 2020 population too.
Nope.
So anyway, but it is a medium farmhouse cheddar cheese. It says aged to bring you a cheese with a more intense flavor. I've had the sharp. I may have reviewed it on here. I don't remember, but when I went to the store over here on Meridian, they were out of it, so I got the medium. I like the medium too. I like them both. They're very good cheeses. So anyway, that's the cheese I've got. I ain't got it cut up yet. I've already cut a chunk off last night, so it has been cut. Then for the beer, I've got the same thing Miscellaneous has got, only in a bottle. It's Boulevard's Unfiltered Wheat. I don't know why. That thing will not focus too well. Anyway, Boulevard's Unfiltered Wheat beer. Very familiar with it. I've drank it for years now. It's usually my summer beer, especially if I'm going fishing or something. I've always liked it. It's a good product, local product. I really like it. No, it was not a twist off either. I didn't think it was. I usually get the tall boys. And this is a short one, so I just thought, well, try the short one. But anyway, I'll do real gentle. I'm even using the same almost style of glass that Miscellaneous is using with the little bubble in it. Keep from clanking all along the lines. They design them like that. It's almost a lemon yellow. And you can see through it, but not very clearly. It's very hazy. But there is some light that makes it through. And when I was at the store today, it was either this or the Samuel Adams Cherry Red. And I figured, well, we've got 2 or 3 Northeast boys on here, and they're all going to be probably, one of them's going to bring the cherry wheat. So I'll try to bring this. And lo and behold, just me and Miscellaneous held me.
Yeah, that's good. We all have kind of different sort of stuff, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, cool.
That's what I got.
All right.
We're cutting this cheese and Working on it.
All right, Whiskey Scout. Thank you, man. Thank you, Robert. All right.
Thank you.
Here.
Cheers,
All
Rob.
right.
There we
So I also have an alt beer. This is from Rosenstadt Brewing. I really don't. I think they're from Germany. No, they're from here. They're from Oregon. What? Anyway, this is a 5.3%, 40 IBU alt beer. This was canned 1/1/22. When was yours canned?
Mine?
Bumpy.
Oh,
3/25.
Oh
22.
yeah, nice, freshy, cool. I went off Beer Advocate. I'm not too familiar with. I'm glad you said what you said about it because I had no idea alt meant old. So that's just like, hey, we gotta learn all the time. But I went off Beer Advocate's glassware thing and just brought a Stang. It's an odd glass to pour into and do a smell it with. But let's go ahead and pour. I've been wanting to use this for a while. I used it once before. There's an alt beer or a Kolsch in these things. I'm gonna leave it there. So cool, yeah. This is looks a little darker than Bumpy's there. It's a little more on the brown side. Looks like a brown ale.
looks like Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it looks like Coca-Cola. Even in my light, it doesn't have a brilliancy or anything like that in the clarity, but it's it's hazy. It's actually hazy. Anyway. Yeah, tan off white head. Real quick smell, yeah. Nice breadiness there. Let's go ahead and show you the cheese. This is one from Wyke Farms out of Britain somewhere. It's an aged, mature, and sharp cheddar cheese. And this is very chunky. And when I tried to cut it, it did the same thing as yours, guys' Mike's and Bumpy's. So it just kind of went everywhere. I couldn't get I kind of like that though. It's kind of rustic and breakable and looks good. And it's a white cheddar. Doesn't have any dyes or anything. It smells really good. So yeah, hopefully this will go well together. All right, so let's go back to Michael and start these reviews.
Okay.
Cheerios.
Okay, so there is
Cheers,
your 6-point Apollo. Again, this is the can they brew most everything in these tall 12-ounce cans. They used to brew in 16-ounce cans when they first started, but now this is the type can they use. It's tall, but 12-ounce. And if you remember from my pour, I had that gigantic head. It has now subsided down to just a little small thin head. It's white. The beer itself, you can tell, is cloudy, but it's not. You can see through it, so it's not. It's not totally. You can look through it, and the carbonation. I don't know if you can see it. There's carbonation shooting up the top. And it's interesting. This lakefront glass that I have from Wisconsin has this cool 8-ounce marker, so you know when you're a third of the way down. When you're drinking a 12-ounce, anyway. Sometimes with a 16-ounce can, you can't get it all into this glass. So whatever. And the cheese I have is Aldi's cheddar. I think they have several different types of cheddar. This is like their standard cheddar, and I'm proud of my pour cutting. I just feel good about it. That's it. So I'm going to have the cheese first. Take a piece of the cheddar, chew on it. It's pretty mild. It has that kind of cheddar cheese taste. Now let's take a sip. Let me get the nose on the beer first.
Oh, I forgot to say cheesers.
It's funny. On this beer, you're getting almost all cloves. So your nose is cloves combined with what you normally get in a wheat beer. So it's a classic wheat beer smell with cloves in it. I guess I should take a sip to just go with the cheese before it subsides into my mouth.
That's what I remember.
So it's cloves. When you taste it, you get the cloves, but you also get like a background banana taste as well. So there's bananas in it too. So this is kind of like the classic taste pattern you get in some wheat beers. I'm sure it's not in every wheat beer. The beer itself is light bodied, and the mouthfeel is also light. So again, it's 5.2%. It's a session beer. You can drink a lot of this. This would be a good lawnmower beer in the summertime. Or Robert, if you're going fishing and you get 6 Point, this would be a good beer to take with you. You could drink a lot of it, and it wouldn't bother you, get to you, whatever. It goes down pretty easy. Now I'm going to reverse it, and the carbonation is like tingly. So you're getting steady carbonation, and when you drink it, the carbonation comes into your mouth, and it's kind of tingly. But anyway, I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm going to take a sip of the beer.
Cheesers.
And I'm going to take the cheese.
Cheeser.
Cheesers.
Get out of here.
This, both ways, whether you do it with the beer first or the cheese first, it's a really good combination with this. And I guess wheat beers are good with cheddar because neither side is going to win. At least with this kind of cheddar, or milder cheddar, because the cheddar is mild enough that the beer doesn't beat it down, and the beer is mild enough in what it is that the cheddar doesn't beat it down. You still can taste the cloves, taste the banana. Very easygoing, and a definitely good combination. So I would think something like this type wheat beer would go well with Any Cheddar. Wouldn't even have to be the mild kind, or regular cheddar or sharp cheddar. I think it would go well with Any Cheddar because they are kind of like on a par with each other. And I will keep sipping, and when we come to the rating phase, I'll give you a number. Thanks for having me on, Beer Man.
Would
it go good with Eddie Vedder cheddar?
I like that.
Any cheddar.
Wordplay.
Oh my Bumpy.
Thanks, Michael. Cheers, man. Miscellaneous.
All right, sorry, I got to pour another one because I was thirsty and first one's gone.
I'm seriously thinking about getting
I saw that.
That's the problem with small cans.
I'm seriously thinking about this.
All right, so yeah, poured about the same. Not too much head on there. Pretty aggressive. Definitely pretty effervescent from what I can hardly see. Yeah, hazy, opaque, can't see through it. This is 4.4% at 15 IBUs. I forgot to mention that earlier. Yeah, so I mean, wheat beer. Going for it. I mean, it does definitely picking up notes of wheat grain, not grainy like as in you know what I'm getting at. You smell the wheat. It's like a slight, like a doughiness, but there's also like a crackeriness to it as well. A little bit of malt sweetness, just a pinch. And there's a citrusy thing. It's very light and in the background, but it's there. Smells very drinkable, approachable product. Let's try it. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I can tell you this, it ain't bad. I'm drinking my second one. See, now I picked up something I didn't taste it the first one. This one. All right, so light-bodied. I'd say medium effervescent, maybe slightly over that is a little bit. It's pretty crisp if you drink it like right as soon as you open it. Sit a couple minutes, kind of changes up a little bit. Slightly, definitely wheat. You definitely tasting that. Slight, like I said, that's like a slight doughiness also follows into the flavor. I'm from Florida, I can do that. I don't have my white boy shirt on, but anyways, yeah, I do get there is a slight hoppiness to it. Very, very moderate. Almost couldn't get it unless you were searching for it. Slightly, it's almost like a grassy type of note. The citrus I'm getting is kind of more on like the orange side, but it's not like vibrant, bam, orange juice or biting into like a fresh orange or anything like that. Subtle, very subtle citrus notes with this. And there was a second there where I think I did taste a little bit of some banana. Not sure. Don't quote me on that. Very light hint of that. It's good. It's approachable, drinkable. You can drink a 6-pack of these, no problem. Still be able to drive home or wherever it is you got to go. Anyways, don't drink
Still
and
drive
drive.
your boat
Recommend
down
that,
at the
yeah,
lake.
unless you're a professional. All right, so let's move on to white
Very
oak.
quiet.
You're gonna revisit this. I will say this. I don't know. I think it's been sitting in the fridge for about 2 weeks. It smells about the same. It's a lot more nuttier, a little bit more tangy, zingy on the nose. No, not today. Flavor of the cheese, still rich, creamy. Definitely the nuttiness came out a lot once the air got to it.
Oh, cheesers.
And I almost get...
Sorry.
I'm picking this up on the tail end of this. I had it earlier. I tried a piece.
Geezers.
I get like that thing that you get out of the saisons in the farmhouse. It's almost got like a Band-Aid type of thing going, funkiness, which isn't really off-putting. I don't care. Cheese is fine. It doesn't have mold on it. So, not bad. All right, so cheese and beer.
Cool. Cheesers, man.
Cheezers.
Cheezers.
That's pretty good. I actually felt like it lightened the body of the beer up, made it a little bit more like fizzy and like feathery on the mouthfeel. Other than that, they both kind of stay in their lane, but it works together. You know, you're still getting the flavor of the beer. Still getting the richness, the tangy, zingy nuttiness of the cheese, which is good. Killed that the Band-Aid medical equipment kind of thing that I was getting on the tail end of that cheese. I mean, since it's been oxidized aging. Yeah, so let's try the beer and then the cheese. So far, not bad. It's a good product. I just wish I would have tried it sooner. I missed my opportunity last time.
Cheezers.
Cheesers.
And I always screw that up too because I had cheese and then beer again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I think you did.
Yeah.
Terrible at keeping track of that stuff. I only had 2. I haven't even had 2 beers yet. Jesus. It's my Friday, and I have to work tomorrow. Helicopter's flying over.
No.
Coming to get you.
Damn ghetto bear.
Cap's getting ready. He's cleaning himself.
You know what? The beer before the cheese, it kind of knocks like that tangy, zingy type of note down in the cheese and makes it a little bit more on the mild, very mild flavored, which I don't mind at all. Not bad. Not bad. I'm only got 2 more squares of cheese, so I got to make them count. I'm going to hold on to those and do some more scoring thoughts while the panel goes around, but not bad. And we're off to our third one, boys. Yeah.
All right, man. Cheers, Miscellaneous. Thank you, man.
It's good. I can't
Yeah. Ooh, that's,
They said this is like one of their this is a big selling wheat beer in the area up there.
it sells very well here.
Very like this. I think Boulevard said this is like one of their big sellers up there.
I really like the wheat beers. I like the Germans. American wheats aren't so great to me. I don't really like those so much. But yeah, cool. Well, Miscellaneous, thank you, man.
This is gonna blow your socks off, but it's not a bad beer by any means.
Cool.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, man. Cheers. All right, Tanner, here you go.
All right, so I'll start with the cheese. The Alpine cheddar cheese, Cabot. So, texture of the cheese. Slightly oily when you hold it. Dry though, breaks very easily. Aroma on it. There's actually a lot of nuttiness on this. Slight funk, salty. Yeah, smells pretty good. I do like it. I've actually been eating a lot of it. I've been trying not to eat too much. I already cut off more than half the block. I got a couple of slices left. But so yeah, let's talk about the taste of this. Cheesers.
Cheesers.
Jeez.
Definitely a combination between slightly creamy, slightly dry. There's a decent amount of saltiness on the finish, though. Slight astringency. A nice little tanginess. Definitely not overly tangy, but it's got a little tanginess. Yeah, it's good. It's a good cheddar. It's not anything amazing, but it's really good. I do like it. Probably gonna have a good score for this. I
That
think it's
community stuff was pretty good.
it's a
Will
good
it be 100 out of 100? We don't know.
It's a good ratio of slightly dry, slightly creamy. Like I said, I think the nuttiness is probably the most dominant flavor in the cheese. But yeah, pretty straightforward, but it's good. I do enjoy it. The beer on the aroma, I really do like the aroma of this. It's like a candied, like sugary citrus, like lemon and lime. And then when you really get your nose in there, it's like a white grape, like wine-like aroma. A decent acidity, so it's got a nice sour note to it. And yeah, like I said, it smells very sweet. The bubbles are still going. So, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, Tanner.
Head's
Cheers,
completely
bro.
gone. So,
Yeah. Sour wheat, dude. Yum.
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely like white grape juice. More tart than sour. Very citrusy. I think it's more. Whereas the aroma was like lemon lime combination, lemon lime, like almost kind of like a Sprite. But the palate is straightforward lemon up front, and then like white grape wine like finish, slightly astringent. Like I said, like a nice tart note. It's not necessarily like lip pucker and sour, but it does have a nice crisp, refreshing tart note. I will say definitely light bodied, but doesn't taste watery, so it still has some good flavor to it. Carbonation's about I'd say medium to high. It's not extremely high prickly carbonation, but the carbonation definitely is good. I do enjoy the carbonation. It's a crushable beer. I think it does have, like, once you keep sipping it, now that I took like my second or third sip, you start to notice the sour aspect of the beer a little bit more, but it's very drinkable. I could easily see this being a summertime beer. Yeah, it is very reminiscent of like white wine, kind of like carbonated white wine, or like prosecco, champagne, so like bubbly white wine with a big lemony note to it. I guess that's pretty much what it kind of tastes like to me. But yeah, it's going down really quick. So let's eat some of the cheese and pair it with it before I drink all of it. So cheese, guys.
Cheesers.
Cheesers.
Definitely brought out the tanginess. I think the beer kind of not necessarily smothers, but it definitely covers up a lot of the flavor of the cheese. I'm gonna try that one more time.
Cheesers times 2.
Cheese are squared.
The cheese kind of mutes the wine-like note, and it brings out more of the lemon. So I guess it kind of brings out a little bit more of the citrusy, but kind of gets rid of that grape note. It works good though. It's like drinking a white wine with cheese. It definitely works good.
Perfect.
I'm not gonna say that it's necessarily changes anything, but it definitely enhances the sour aspect of the beer, and the cheese. Like I said, the cheese had a slight tanginess. It makes definitely a little bit more sour. Kind of cuts through that astringency in the cheese. Not bad. Definitely a good pairing, but there's nothing really like, mind blowing, super enhancing. But they work well together. And something like this, very crisp, refreshing, easy drinking, goes good with it. Washes down the cheese very well. So let's try the cheese. Let's try the beer before the cheese and see if it makes any difference. So pretty much almost got through.
Beezers.
I'm aboard. So. So. The cheese definitely did enhance some. That way, it's kind of like the lemony tart note is kind of more mellowed, and then the white grape comes out a little bit more. But you're left with the astringency of the cheese. Either way, I think they both work really well together. But like I said, it's not like this super crazy mind-blowing pairing, but definitely not bad. And the cheese isn't overly dry to the point where you drink the beer and then eat the cheese and you need to go right back into the beer. I've had some cheddars like that where it's like you eat the cheese after the beer and then you're like, all right, I need something to wash this down. It's pretty mellow. So yeah, not bad.
Like Asiago.
Oh, I'll see you later. Gotta go. Yeah,
That's some good ass cheese. Everybody hates on the damn Asiago.
I like it.
But yeah, I'm gonna have some decent ratings for these. The pairing, it worked, but it's not. I think Robert used the word the other day. It's not necessarily memorable, but it works good together.
Yeah.
Right on. Cheers, Tanner. Thank you, man.
Cheers.
All right, Bumpy, you ready? Here we go.
No.
Okay.
All right. Here I am. All right. Let's sniff the headless beer. Bready notes, mostly brown bread. White bread crust. Fruitiness, like apples or grapes. Slight hint of strawberry, maybe.
What kind of apples?
Yeah, give us the details.
Red delicious.
There we go.
Yeah, it's got kind of a sweet smell to it with the it's definitely brown bread. Not quite like toasted bread. So it's a brown bread. It's a darker bread, but it does have like that distinct like. Go ahead, go out to your kitchen right now. You got some white bread out in the kitchen. Peel off some of the crust of the white bread and smell it. Yeah, that's in the spirit. Take my word for it. I'm gonna let the dog out because it's what I do. Yeah. So some good malt notes coming through. The hops, definitely I would say these are like noble kind of hops. It's fruity. It's kind of a little bit of a floralness in there as well. Yeah. Cheers.
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 Cheers, Bumpy.
Bobby.
Medium body, kind of lower side, medium carbonation. It's brown bread all day long. Brown wheat. I don't know. With white crust though. There is this kind of jamminess to it. The flavor it does have a bit of a grape to strawberry type thing going on. Apple even, and the apple, if it was it'd be like a preserve, like an apple jelly preserve type flavor, mixing with this darker bread type note. So it almost tastes like a sandwich if you really think about it.
So you're getting a sugary note with that apple.
Yeah, so it's kind of got a sweeter note up front. There's nothing toasty about it. There's nothing roasty about it. There's no coffee in this. It's just a darker bread. Good kind of berry forward and floral type hop flavors coming out. As I mentioned, it's fruity like the apple preserve jelly, and a little bit strawberry-esque, a little bit Concord grape like. And then like a floralness. Bitterness is a bit on, it's kind of on the milder side. The bitterness kind of stays true to that floral and fruity note, maybe a little bit earthy toned when the rest of the beer starts to fade away. Just a little bit on the earthy side. I'm pretty sure they're using noble hops. I mean, they're like give me type noble hop aspects of that floral and fruity and even earthy type notes. So yeah, easy drinker, 0.1 ABV. No alcohol at all. The cheese. This is Farms out of Dorchester, England. It's farmhouse cheddar with mustard and ale. So aromas. It's got a bit of a nuttiness, a bit of a butteriness to it. A little dab of a mustard smell. It's like a shallow sharpness cheddar type aroma. It's not like a super one of those super aged sharp cheddars where it's really going to tang to it. Well, as you can see, this cheese is very soft. It just plooped on me. Let's get some more. I'm going to eat it now.
Jesus.
It's extremely soft, especially as it warms up. It's got the consistency of cheesecake. It doesn't taste like cheesecake. It's just that's what it does. You can definitely melt this stuff. Sure. Yeah, it's a little nutty, a little buttery, slight cheddar tang to it, but not too like farmy, earthy. You are getting, or because you're not eating it, but I am getting a little bit of a Grey Poupon ground mustard. It's there. It's noticeable, but it's light enough that it doesn't distract from the other flavors of the cheese. There is a slight kind of flavor in there that reminds me a bit of barley. That's probably coming from the ale. So now we're going to go through another little history thing. with this cheese because it says that it's mustard and ale. Now, nowadays, all ale is a beer that's not lagered. An ale is a beer. Lagers are still beer, but they're lagered with a different yeast. Back in medieval time, England, ales were malt, water, and yeast. To be considered a beer, they'd have to add hops. So the interesting thing about this being called a mustard and ale is there's no like bitterness to it. Because I've had other ones where they actually blend like a beer to it, like they might have an IPA or something. You get the bitterness a little bit from the hops that we use. This doesn't have that. It's just like a slight maltiness to the mustard and the cheddar itself. So it's interesting. But let's go ahead and eat some more of this cheese and then drink this beer and see if it blends together.
Jesus. Oh shit.
So sticky. All right. Well, if you were going to have a sandwich with some brown bread and maybe a little bit of some apple or strawberry preserve type stuff going on, and then you maybe squirt a little bit of mustard on there. There you go. It kind of works. You get a tang. You get this tanginess with the kind of sweetness from the beer itself, with the sweet kind of fruit and that breadiness. You get that tangy mustard. The cheese itself is a very like mild. It's mild cheddar, I would call it. It doesn't go super funk. So it's mostly the mustard that's kind of coming through, mixing with the beer. But it oddly works. Try it sometime with a sandwich. If you make yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, put a little mustard on there, on the corner of the bread. It's like spraying Lysol. You know, they tell you if you're gonna spray your couch with it, don't just go try a little tiny bit in case it ruins it. Let's drink the beer and then eat the cheese. Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy.
You got mail.
No, Scotch Test Dummies went live.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. It's. I mean, you're drinking the beer, you're getting some of the remaining flavors. Like I said, the bitterness on this isn't too high on the beer, so it's still a little bit fruity, a little bit earthy tone, kind of left over. That's a remainder of what's left after you drink down this beer. And then you eat the cheese, and it just takes an extra minute or so before the mustard and stuff really kind of starts to kick in. But yeah, it's definitely working. And I'll be thinking of a score for these. A very fair score.
Awesome. That's
Cheers.
very awesome. Cheers, Bumpy. Thank you, man.
Cheers, Bumpy.
All right, let's get Robert up here.
Alrighty then. Oh, I didn't say it before, but my beer was it's really hard to read. July 31st, 2022. That's the expiration date on it. And it does have 14 IBUs listed on the back, which you don't get hardly any bitter. I don't notice much bitterness with this at all. Boulevard Wheat had, like I said, I've drank it a lot. Mostly it's a summertime beer for me, though. It just goes good. You just throw a 6-pack in your cooler, and when they're ice cold coming out of that cooler on a 98, 100-degree day, it hits the spot for me. Now, nose-wise, I get the citrus and the lemon mostly. My perception is with it. I even got a lemon a while ago and kind of did that just to make sure because I thought I was getting lemon. Then he said orange, and I thought, well, am I fooling myself? But no, it's more on the lemon side. Bready. This is a very bready note to it. There is a slight herbal note that comes across, just a generalized herbal note, and there's a slight banana note I get on the nose. Taste.
Cheers.
The bread,
Kampai.
Man, Robert.
the bread notes come through much. To me, it's a white bread. Comes through much better on there. It has a little bit. It's a light beer, but it's not a light beer. It's like a Coors with a little heft to it. Not a Coors Light or a Bud Light, but it's like an adjunct with a little more heft to it, and that's what the unfiltered wheat brings. There is a grainy note in there that comes across very well. We still have the herbal note. I still have that lemon note. The banana note's better on the nose to me than in the palate. It just brings in a slight hint that comes in there. Overall, it's very refreshing to me, especially this time of year and forward. It's an enjoyable beer for me. Now, for the cheese. The cheese is a medium cheddar cheese, farmhouse cheddar cheese. It's a local dairy. This is cream. I drink heavy cream in my coffee when I add cream to it. This has that heavy cream note to it. It's a little bit grassy. It's just like creamy and grassy, just a touch of tang to it on your nose. And it's good smelling cheese. Flavor wise, very creamy, a very good creamy note. I love the way the grassiness works with this. Creamy, grassy, slightly tangy. It's not got the sharp cheddar tang. It's a nice, more mellow cheddar tang in it. Very bendable cheese. But the creaminess is outstanding. I'm going to tell you, either this or the sharp, either one, when you're on the grill and you that hamburger over the first time, just layer it. Just let it just melt, completely till it melts into your charcoal. To make your hamburger with that. That's the best cheese on hamburger I've ever had, I think. I love the stuff. Now, we can get it locally because it's a local cheese. I mean, I'm kind of lucky that way. It might not be something that's available outside of southeast Kansas. I like the cheese a lot. I got the cheese in my mouth, so we'll go cheese to beer first. But we already got that.
Cheesers.
He's cheesers.
Gotta wait till I let the beer come back through my nose. See, to me, the creamy, grassy note works very well with that grainy, slightly citrus bready note. Those they work well. They tie together extremely well. They really do. I didn't know it would be this. This is new to me. I've never tried this combination before. But this really, it works good. Cheese before beer. Now, let me take another sip of beer and get my palate readjusted. Now, beer. Either way, it works very well. One enhances the other in this case. Going this way, you get more of the cheese tang. Finishing, you get the beer, that bready note coming first, and it's almost like a liquid grilled cheese. I mean, I don't know how else to say this.
Mm-hmm.
They work good together in a way. You don't got the toasty part of it, and it's not a cheese sandwich, dull, but there's a tie between the two that really works. Kind of like the combination. This one's working pretty good. Well, I don't know what else to say other than, and that herbal note, it does stay even into the palate. I don't think I made a note of that, but it does stay kind of, it carries that little slight herbal note into the palate from the nose as well on the beer. Because I'm still getting that. That's kind of coming in back now that the cheese is kind of dying down. It's still carrying that herbal note. It's not heavy. It's not like cloves or anything like that. It's just like a light little, for lack of a better description, herbal note.
Right.
Kind of like an oregano type.
No, I wouldn't say. No. Probably closer to cloves than oregano, but it's not either or. It's, I don't know. It's not basil, but it would be, I would say it'd be closer to clove than that. But it's not got that clove hit. You know what I mean? Cloves.
What about Robert? What about coriander? Is it coriander?
Oh yeah, coriander would work. That's a good
I was
description.
just about
Yes.
to say that.
Coriander is a good choice because I get that in whiskey a lot. Corianders. It shows up sometimes very well. So yep, I'll go with that. That's a good description there. Anyway, that's what I got, guys.
Nice.
I'm enjoying it.
Very good. Very good.
I'm gonna have to get another one too.
Coriander is common in the Belgian wheat ales, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Well, all right. Robert, thank you very much. Cheers to you. All right, let's get me up here. Hi. Okay, so another Altbier, another old beer. Yeah. It's not very old though. It's not too old. 3 months, 4 months old, 5 months old, 4 months old. All right, so let's get into the beer first in this little tiny tube of joy of bread.
I forgot what that's called.
Stang.
Stang. Yeah.
Stang it.
It's for Kolsch's typically.
Kolsch's, yeah. Which I have right here. Yes. Bready floral. Floral, indeed. Definitely. Like a spicy floral hop or something. And then you're getting that like a white bread crust exactly is what I'm getting. I get a real floral note in this. I don't know what kind of flowers. It has a sweetness from the malt. It's kind of dry smelling. Has a dryness in the aromas. What's that smell?
It smells like around
smell. No, those white real perfumey flowers from Hawaii. My wife will be able to answer me very quick if she heard that. Damn it. My mom used to wear the perfume.
When you get laid?
Yes. Very nice though. Very floral, very perfumey floral, but also has there's not a whole big fruit jump in this, at least in the nose. Very bready though. Very big bready caramel malt. Wow, it's just crazy. It's got a balance though to it. Yeah. We looked at it, but we'll look again, kind of a dark brown. Hazy beer, leaving some lacing. The head retention's nice off-white head. Not tan, off-white for sure. Maybe almost khaki. A little more orange at the bottom, darker at the top through the thickness part of it, thicker part of it. What does it look like there? A little bit of, more of an orangish red or an amber or a copper. Yeah, deep copper. Yeah. All right, let's drink this. Cheers.
Cheers.
Beer, man.
London.
Oh. Very nice, yeah. Same as the nose. Right away, you get kind of a chalky, dry sweet caramel malt bready, white bread crust. Yes. Yeah, a little wheat. Yeah, wheat bread. I'd say wheat bread too in this. A bitter back end. The finish is pretty bitter. It's got a nice herbal kind of floral, spicy bitterness from the noble hops. I know they used German hops in this, so definitely on that Euro side, European side. So yeah, it's got a nice, just a nice bitter, herbal, flowery kind of finish. Bready. When you clench your tongue to the palate, I'm getting a big bready punch. Slight tangy sweetness. There's a little slight yeastiness in there. There's a little bit of fruit. I'd say more on the apple side. Very drinkable. Goes right down quick. I got to fill this up more. This is only like a 6 or an 8 ounce glass. All right. That's a great burp there. That was a great burp.
That was not a burp. That was an inhale.
I was like an inhale.
I thought it was a hiccup.
Cheese. Oh, we're already eating it.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Cheese. No more cheeses. Everybody said cheese.
Well, I have a sharp cheddar as well. I don't know how our minds are working here, Bumpy, but we're thinking here the same. Sharp cheddar, though. It's a British sharp cheddar for those that didn't see my cheese. Yeah, nice milky cow milk. Just kind of a sour, salty, milky cheese. Just smells very good. When I cut it, it was very crumbly and crystally, kind of crunched as I cut it. So I'm hoping I get some crystals. Let's see this cheese.
Oh, yeah. Crystals are awesome.
I love crystals.
Cheesers.
No crystals,
Cheers.
but that's all right. It's definitely sharp, dry. Needs something to wet it down. It's kind of like paste in the mouth. If you had a dehumidifier on all night and you woke up to this, you'd have a hard time eating it. Might have to get some water to go with that. But it is very good. As you get your saliva moving around through it, it starts to push all these flavors. The milky, salty, cheddary kind of sour kind of feel goes through your palate, up on your tongue, in the middle there, goes to the back, and leaves a nice milky residue all across the mouth. This nice powdery, dry, awesome cheddary, cheesy, like almost tastes like Cheez-Its. Has a Cheez-Its kind of as if you're eating toasted Cheez-Its or something. Has a toasted kind of flavor to it. Quite nice. Very nice cheese. All right, so let's go cheese before beer. I had some already, but cheers, Vinny. Cheesers. Cheesers.
Cheeser.
Yeah. So like I said, I want something to drink this down with. Do you guys chat about other things? Well, it's sweet. Other things we drink beer. As we drink beer. Sure.
Cheese.
No, they go side by side. It kind of takes away some of the floralness. Some of the hoppiness kind of goes away, and just kind of leaves you with a nice caramel, bready, sweet, wet flavor that kind of just washes that cheese away. And it's quite nice together, actually. It's quite a nice blend.
That beer would actually probably go good with squash now that you mention it.
Squash, yes. And lots of butter. And brown sugar. This is good. I like this. This is a very good blend. Let's get beer before cheese.
Cheese.
I got crystals. There's crystals in this. It brings the floral out. That's weird. The floral comes out of the beer when you have the cheese afterwards. And then it leaves you with this dry, mushy-mashy mouth that you just pasty mouth that you want to wash down again. So it doesn't really matter how you have this. It's good both ways. It brings out the milk more, the creaminess, the cow milkiness. Yeah. Like unpasteurized milk in the can or something, like a nice dessert stuff you put in the, well, no, that's the condensed, that's sweet. No, the other kind, not the kind you put in desserts. Yeah, that's nice. What's that stuff called? Or like it's not the condensed milk, but the
Evaporated milk.
Evaporated milk. Yeah, it kind of has that evaporated milk kind of flavor. That's nice. That's really good. Either way, I really like this. So I'm very impressed with this blend. I never saw anything that cheddar would go with with an Altbier or anything like that. I didn't do any education on that. So that's that. So yeah, right on. Let's get Michael Komroff if he's ready to finish this off and start us off with this, and we'll do shout outs after. We'll bring the panel up. So cheers, man.
Cheers, beer man.
Okay, so the Apollo from 6 Point together with the cheddar cheese, and I'm going to rate the Apollo 91. It's an A- for me. It's a good beer. Taste is fairly solid and it's recommended. The cheese is above average as well. Give that like a 93. So together, average it out at 92. Very happy with the combination. And like I said, I think I recommend in most American wheats that I've had, the cheddar cheese would go well as an accompanying item together. They seem to pair well, and I would recommend it together. And I've had fairly good luck with American wheats, and I like Belgian wheats too. But I don't know. I wouldn't classify, if I made my list of the top 10, I don't even think wheat beer would make it. But that's just me. And stouts have kind of really taken over my life, and I don't know. Maybe never to return to IPAs seriously again. That's basically what's going on. I still drink IPAs, but I drink them now between stouts. That's what it's gotten to now. So I mean, it's summertime, so I'll probably drink more stouts, more IPAs than I normally do. But I'll bet you I drink more stouts and porters this summer than I ever have, just basing it on what's been going on. But thanks again for having me.
You bet, man. Anytime, every time.
Somebody's going to have to make an India Imperial Stout just for Michael.
Oh, boy.
Well, Bumpy, how about you brewing one for me? What do you think?
Oh, I know Beer Man's closer to brewing than I am, I think.
a little more on the a little more than a black IPA, I guess. So that would be kind of interesting.
It sounds like a really interesting combination, though. It's not something that would be easy to do.
Definitely no. Lots of work
because it can't be like a black IPA because you really wanted stoutier than a black IPA.
Simplest thing to do, think of food pairings and stuff. That orange goes with chocolate, so look for very orange, citrusy forward hops. Pop it to all high hell, and bring in the stout appeal.
Cool.
So you get
Thanks
the
for having me.
roasted toast.
You're welcome. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, that sounds like a plan, actually. All right, miscellaneous.
All right.
That sounds good.
So yeah, we'll start with cheese. The Cabot White Oak Legacy Collection. It's not bad. I definitely say the flavor head did change over the 2 weeks being exposed to air. I don't think it made it any worse. Just amplified some flavors that were, I don't know. Like I said, it made it a little bit more nutty, a little bit more funky, which I didn't mind. I can't remember what I scored this cheese. I think I probably put it at like around a 93 or 94. I'm gonna go with a 93. It's good. I would buy it again. The Legacy Collection stuff seems to be a lot better than their regular I don't know. Cabot's very easy to find. It's a good distro on that. So 93 on that. For the Boulevard, the unfiltered wheat beer. It's not bad. I'm on my third one out of the sixer. I definitely did pick up a little bit more of that banana, and I did get a mild like clove. It's definitely coming through on the aroma. I think a little bit more on the palate. That lemon is coming a little bit more to light the more that I sip on it. It's not bad. I feel about in the same realm. It's a good wheat beer. I'd put it at like a 92 out of 100. I don't know if that seems kind of low, but like I feel that wheat beers can be kind of ho hum. I would definitely say this is on the better spectrum of that. Yeah, crushable, drinkable, approachable. I could pour this for you, and you probably 9 times out of 10 people definitely would turn their nose up at it. Like I said, it's not gonna blow your socks off, but it's a good solid beer.
Cool.
Together, yeah, I'd probably put it around the same. You know, they both kind of stayed in their lane. I felt like the cheese kind of elevated the mouthfeel of the beer, made it a little bit more lighter, feathery, just a different type of mouthfeel. Damn, Sam.
Damn, that was harsh.
Hard knocks.
Yeah, struggle's real. Yeah. Other than that, I definitely will say the cheese brought some of the fruit notes up a little bit more, and a little bit more of the that herbal hoppiness to it. That's about it. I mean, they went well together. Not bad. It's kind of hard, you know. I'm glad that I went with more like a basic wheat beer, you know, because you can go out there and get the Oberon. They got all the adjunct wheat beers, and I kind of just felt like going more traditional.
Yeah, and that's a Germanic one, right?
I don't,
Or a wheat beer, or
I don't know what kind of yeast they use in it or whatever.
you had the banana.
It's the American classic, but yeah, I guess if you're getting those yeast notes, you know, slight banana on the nose, very slight clove. It's mild, very mild. So most people would just think like go right past it, you know, and just be like, oh yeah, but it's good. Probably finish the rest of these this evening.
All right.
Here, man, in my 6 Point Apollo, they use Bavarian yeast.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it's Germanic style.
Germanic style, yeah.
Yeah, because that, like I said, we were talking before the show. I think that Apollo, if you look it up to what it is, I think that they call it it's a crystal Weizen. That's a good beer that Michael had too. I highly recommend that.
What you give you that?
You know what? I might see if they got one of those and do like a head to head with this product. That might be a good show.
Yeah. I love mixing up style. Bumpy's fucking show for 2 years there, man. That shit was the best show in the world, man. And we all miss it, but it taught us so much. I just love trying all kinds of stuff. So it's awesome. Yeah, I respect it, man. Cool. Well, thanks, Miscellaneous, man. Look at that cat. Yes.
He's got a question.
He's sleeping.
Cheers, Miscellaneous.
Cheers, guys.
Right on.
Cheers.
All right. Tanner, you're next.
All right. So I retract the statement of not being a memorable pairing. The cheese is really good. I'm gonna give it a 93. It hits all the flavor notes. Nice saltiness, nutty, tangy, a little creamy, a little dry, slight astringency. Very, very easy to eat. A good amount of it. I pretty much ate almost the whole block. Probably a couple of probably 2 ounces left. I think this was a 6 ounce. 6 ounce block. So I ate like 4 ounces of the cheese. Maybe it's just because I'm hungry. But I ate a lot of it. I did like it. Did I say 90? Did I give it a rating?
I don't think you did. Maybe.
93. I thought.
Did I say 93?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna go with for the cheese. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 93. Okay, so I did.
That
It's
works.
been a while since I've ate this much cheese on your show, just like in the time that in the hour and a half long that we've done the show. So yeah, I'm gonna go with 93.
Eat some fiber after this.
Yeah, right. And the beer is very easy going. Definitely I could see it getting along with pretty much anybody. It does kind of have like that wine-like flavor. And the reason why I said that I retract my statement of it not being memorable was I actually realized that I had a little bit left in the can, and I had a couple other chunks of the cheese. And I will say this cheese is actually very good. Sometimes I like to eat certain cheeses like thinner slices. This I like the big chunks. I like that. I like to eat like a big chunk of this when I have it. The saltiness in the cheese worked really well with the fruity flavors like the white grape and the lemon. And yeah, it was just going down really easily. The beer was super crushable. I'm going to give this beer, it's nice to kind of jump back into something like this because, you know, I've had like the heavily fruited sours and I'm kind of like steering clear of stuff like this. And it's like, it kind of opens you back up. It's like, whoa. You need to give these beers a chance still. You know, there are some great sours out there that aren't all these gloopy, gloppy, heavily fruited, super filling sours. And this is definitely one of them. I'll give this beer like a 95. I do really like this. Unfortunately, I only grabbed a single, but I could definitely see myself picking this up. Another 4-pack. I believe it's $4 for the single, and then the 4-pack was like $12, which is definitely a good price. I actually mowed the lawn today, and I could have seen this would definitely be a good beer after you mow the lawn. You know, it's nice and hot outside.
Remember how many times you did it this year?
No, I think it actually is the first time. Definitely, I think it is the first time.
It was my first time too.
Oh yeah, but yeah. So 93 for the cheese, 95 for the beer, and for the pairing, I'll give the pairing like a 96. When you have a beer that's like this, and it's super crushable, refreshing, easy going, nothing offensive on the flavor, goes down like water, even though the flavor is definitely enhanced. I will say it does the beer did kind of have like a thinner body, but the flavor is on point. It didn't taste like watered down like that porter I had yesterday. That porter was just like almost no flavor to it. Yeah, this is definitely something I could see myself picking up. And like I said, 96 for the pairing worked very well together. Even though this was like, I think this was like a $3.50 block of cheese. I could see myself grabbing this again and maybe pairing this with some other stuff, maybe some other sours, or maybe like an IPA or something. I for sure will probably have this in the fridge in the future. So cheers to you guys, and I'm gonna finish the rest of this.
Cheers.
Cheers, Tanner, man. Thank you. All right. Bumpy Road Brewery.
All right. Well, first off, I'll recommend to Tanner if you're getting white birch and the Berliner Weisses, look for their raspberry wheat. So I think that's one of their best ones to put out. They have a blueberry one as well. The blueberry's okay.
The blueberry and I think it was the raspberry. It's the blueberry and the
I think they did a bang up job with the standard without the fruit added. There's plenty of flavor to it, but yeah, the raspberry one, I think that's my favorite from them as far as their Berliner Weiss style.
Now I have a quick question for you. Sorry to throw you off, but do you feel like the fruited ones, like the blueberry and the raspberry, still have that wine-like quality? Because I like blueberry white wine. So that blueberry one might be right up my alley. Or do you think maybe that white grape note kind of?
I think that you're gonna lose some of that grape note that you're talking about.
Okay.
But it's still, you know, you get a lot of wheat. It's tart, and then you just get the whatever fruit flavors added. The blueberry one to me comes off a little metallic. That's why I recommend the raspberry
maybe
one.
steer clear of that one then.
Yeah, all right. Let's give a score to this cheese. This is the Ford Farmhouse cheddar with mustard nail. It's out of Dorchester, England. So it's imported. It's really nice cheese. I like it. As far as I'm going to give it kind of like a 2-score base. I'm going to say as far as eating it as a cheese by itself, just to eat, I'm at like a 96 for it. It's very, you know, you can definitely eat it by itself. It's fine. It works well. But I can see this cheese also being, since it is so soft, and it does seem like it would be a melter. If you could melt this into a bowl and have like a pretzel, because pretzels and mustard go together so well, and cheese and pretzels go together so well, and beer and pretzels melt it down, dip your soft pretzel in it. I think that'd be lovely. Also on a burger, hot dogs, brats. You put this thing in anything. A Caesar salad, even. It would be a different, you know, little bit of cheese to throw in a Caesar salad, but I think that would work as well. So I think it'd be a great cheese for food, but it is perfectly fine by itself. And it does seem to pair well with at least the beer I had tonight. So as a total cheese, I'd give it a 97 out of 100. The beer, the Altbier from Schilling Beer Company. I've had a few Altbiers. I have never had one from Germany, though. That's the downfall here. Is I would like to actually have an Altbier from Germany, just to see kind of what the style is like in the motherland, you know, where it came from. But as far as the ones I've had that were brewed by American breweries, this one's top notch. So I'm going to score it at a 98 out of 100 for this Altbier.
Excellent.
Basically, it reminds me a lot of a Dunkel. But so if this was on the Wendy's menu, if you pulled up to a Wendy's drive-through, and you're looking into the Baconator, all that stuff, and you'd see Altbier, or whatever. But since this kind of reminds me a bit of a Dunkel, this would kind of be like the Dunkel Junior on a Wendy's menu. You know, it's got some similar notes to a Dunkel, but it's just not as hefty. You know, it's lighter and flavorful and pizzazz. Maybe we could call it Uncle Jesse. I don't know. Because he's from Full House.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy.
I was thinking of Uncle Jesse from
And then you can have a picture of me on it, because my name
not from him, not from that one, from where
Hereford.
what I used to get my driving lesson from every Friday night back in the
Uncle Jesse.
what the hell?
But yeah, as far as the pairing went, I think they went really well together. They mixed and matched pretty well. Even though, like, when I talked about it, like, you're getting fruit notes, you're getting bread notes. You know, I mean, the bread and the mustard you can understand, because typically it'd be like, oh yeah, brown bread, some ham, some mustard, perfect. You know, whatever. But you start talking about, like, yeah, slather up some apple preserved jam on there, you know, on your sandwich, and then squirt a little mustard on there. It kind of reminded me of something like that, and it still works. So I wonder if that'd work as an actual sandwich. But it might.
I like mixing stuff together like that, though. With like,
people eat weird shit. You know?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, there's
Like pickles, peanut butter, and mango sherbet.
Go get yourself
Freaking
pregnant and see what the hell you're gonna eat.
Yeah.
Eat
Yep.
some weird stuff. Yeah,
Nice.
I've got a pickled tuna fish, peanut butter, and jelly sandwich going. Oh wait, banana? Yeah, throw that on there too. Why not?
Yeah. And some sweet tarts.
Sweet
All right.
Extra
Well,
crunch.
well, thanks,
Crunchy
Bobby,
peanut
man.
butter now.
You had some good scores there. That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah,
So,
it was a good night. I liked it.
excellent. Excellent.
Cheers.
All right. We'll get cheers, man. Heck
Oh,
yeah.
and the dogs all loved the cheese too. They had some.
That's a good thing. At
They
least the
do
dog,
like cheese.
dog approved, man. All right. They didn't take the whole block either. So that's
Yeah, they didn't take the whole block.
all right.
Yeah, they didn't steal the block this time.
All right, man. Well, cheers, Bumpy. And we're bringing up Robert now. Wow.
Well, his dogs needed something to follow up the Rachel Ray with the green beans and the taco seasoning he put on top of mixed all that. They needed that.
Oh,
They needed that cheese to
Pumpkin
bind that
puree.
back
Pumpkin
in.
puree. Not taco.
yummy.
I couldn't tell what it was. It looked like taco seasoning. Anyway, I dug out the spice cabinet pretty much, and I can tell you the three closest things for the herbal notes that come through. Surprisingly, bay leaves actually get very close to that smell. So I would say it was a combination of bay leaves, coriander, and clove. It just doesn't have the intense bite to me that cloves bring to a lot of things. But there is a touch of that sensation. But those three there in combination, that kind of give me the herbal note in them. I like it. I'm going to give it a 93, which is a point higher than Miscellaneous, but I'm kind of jaded because it's my summertime beer I usually drink a lot of. So I'm going to be a little bit more. I'm going to skew a little bit more that way. Cheese-wise, that stuff is excellent. 95. It's the best on hamburgers. I mean, I just love it on hamburgers. I've never thought about trying it on bratwurst. And Bumpy mentioned that a while ago. And I thought, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it
I have
does,
to
dude.
give that a spin. And together, they work excellent together to me. So I'm going to stay with a 95 on how they work. I mean, I enjoy it.
Let's see where you're coming at with the bay leaf.
Yeah. Well, it surprised me because I just dug everything out. I didn't bring the thyme in here, obviously. Thyme. I know that smell right off the bat. And basil and oregano, it just doesn't match up. Neither did the turmeric or the marjoram. But those three kind of in concert a little bit, but skewing more to the bay leaf than anything. I was surprised about that. Anyway, but that's my scores on it, and I enjoy it. And
Awesome.
I hope you guys, if you ever get a chance, if you've not had the Boulevard wheat, it is worth trying. I mean, Jeremy came up from Louisiana. They don't get it down there in his world. I took him to a farm pond fishing with the 12-pack. An hour later, we were slow driving home.
Oh, you met up with JV?
No, that's different Jeremy. This guy rides motorcycles with a little different guy, but we have dirt roads here, so no cops on dirt roads. So
yeah, good man.
We just kind of
take it easy.
Along.
All right, man. Well, everyone's got great scores. Thanks, Whisky Scout, man. Thanks, Robert, man.
You're welcome. I enjoy it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right.
Cheers, Robert.
Cheers. Yeah, great scores tonight. What is up with that, dude? That's good stuff, man. I got some good scores too, man. So the beer I had is gone. It drank down very nice and pleasantly. I really liked it. It seemed, I did do a little research on the Altbier before, and it seemed like it was mixed in pretty well with what they were saying on BJCP. And to my own pleasure, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. So I'll give that, I'm going to give it a 94 out of 100. Been getting a lot of 94s lately. I gave 94 yesterday too. But 94 seems reasonable. And I want to try some more Altbiers and just kind of see where we're at. The cheddar was nice. It was actually quite lovely. It was It would be really good on some crackers. It'd be good on a burger. Some melted cheese over that or something like that. I really like the milkiness. I like the just the salty, just a good cheddar, good cheddar. They made it well. I'll give it a 96 out of 100. And the mix was just amazing both ways. And I'll just give it one score. But just amazing. Going beer after cheese brought out the more of the I think I said the floral or something, and then the cheese before the beer just washed everything. It kind of the beer. I forgot where I went with this, but anyway, we're just gonna stop there. A good blend, but we'll say a 96 out of 100 on the blend for sure. Something to try. Try an alt beer with the cheddar for sure. I would have liked to have tried that with an Asiago, but they did not have it at the grocery store. I don't know why. They usually do. I didn't go to Fred Meyer's. That's what's wrong with that.
It's because Tanner bought all the Asiago in the
Damn
world.
it. Why? Asiago, why? Why'd you buy it all?
I bought it all to throw it in the trash.
So I could not get it. Yeah, so but I would have loved to have tried it with that to see what. So we'll try that at another date on another time. That's it. 96 out of 100. Good stuff. Let's bring up the panel and get our shouts. Let's see. We got Michael up here. It doesn't really matter, I guess. There we go. Go ahead, Michael, and shout out your stuff. Go for it.
You're muted.
Opa.
Self.
I was muted.
I'm gonna make a quick shout out, and then I'm gonna be heading out. But it's been a lot of fun, and happy to take part in Beer and Cheese. Stout Sundays. Was not able to make it to Sunday night either. I heard John did do a Stout Sunday evening edition. It looks like he's not going to be doing any morning editions. I'll be out of the country next Sunday anyway, in Barbados at my daughter's wedding. So I will not be here anyway next week. Possibly I could be on a show next week, depending on how the trip goes and everything. But we're still making plans. And that's one of the reasons I believe now you have to fill out all these forms to get into Barbados. You know, all this stuff. So my wife's working on it. So when I said coming up soon, she sent me a sad face. So I'm going to head up right now. It's been fun, and I'll see you guys in passing, and I'll keep in touch while I'm gone. So
later, Michael. Have fun. Be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Good talking to everybody. Take care.
Cheers to you, brother.
Later. It was great hearing your beautiful voice tonight. Oh, damn it!
It was so fast.
Ready to blaze up out of here.
The Flash.
He ain't the only one. Anyways,
much love, Michael. Yeah.
Well, I guess for me, Thursday night beer session is going to be. Here you go, Robert. If you can find a Boulevard Stuff of Legends,
I can look.
it was a limited. Well, I don't know, released last year at some point. It's apparently some Oreo.
I'll try and find
Okay, I'll look around.
Barrel aged stout. Thursday.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, well, no, Thursday I'll get my call out.
I
I'm gonna be working Thursdays.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, it's worth a shot. I know you're in that territory.
Yeah, I still might look just to know because I've never had it. So.
We're gonna be 8:00 the Thursday night beer show or beer session. Me, Bumpy, and Tanner are gonna be doing an examination of that product. Should be interesting. That's gonna be at 8:00 Eastern. Other shout outs. Go check out Thomas Metal 75 on Wednesdays for Wildcard Wednesday. Bring any kind of adult beverage, malt liquor, spirit, wine, cooler, whatever it is, whatever tickles your fancy. You can review it there as long as you don't act like a douche.
But wait a minute.
Number one stipulation, I guess. And I don't know. I guess I'm going to leave it at that. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Miss Lance.
Cheers, Miss Lance.
You know what? Never mind. Beer bowl discussions with last beer at 8:00 Sunday. I forget, dude. There's so many people. And go check out Sam Smalley on Instagram. Short and stats. Yeah, drinking all kinds of stuff. Posts ridiculous amounts of beer. You want to check out what they're drinking down under?
Down under.
Seriously, here's what it is. Shit, he gets shit.
Sounds cool.
He gets stuff that brewed here that we don't even get.
Is it true they get thunder
Seems
from
like
down
it.
under?
That was my mind. Cheers, guys. That's
What is it on Instagram again?
short and stouts.
Short and stouts. Okay.
If you can't find it, I will send it your way.
Oh no,
His last name is Smalley for a reason.
I can find it.
That I don't know.
Short.
Short and
4'8".
stout beer reviews.
Like Stuart Smalley.
Oh,
He's just active, actually.
yeah, it's short and stout beer reviews. Spelled exactly how you think it. I wasn't following through. I thought it was.
Legend has it a kangaroo jumped on
There
his
you go.
heart.
Here's my profile.
I'm good enough. I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like
There
me.
you go. Boom. And send it to your Instagram inbox if you can find it.
Okay.
California
Good dude.
Brewers. I don't. I remember the Bartles and James coolers.
I think we were talking about that the other day.
Yeah,
Some,
those are good, man. They got me thrilled. They were only
No,
like
it wasn't on here.
3.5%.
It was somewhere else. Yeah, never mind.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Miscellaneous.
Thanks, Miscellaneous, man. Yep.
Yep.
Cheers to you. All right, East Coast.
All right, so shout outs for me. Wednesday, we'll be doing another brewery review. We'll be doing Allagash Brewing. There you go. I've never seen that before.
Bullship research.
I think I might grab their triple.
Cork and Cage.
Yeah.
Shoot your eye.
So yeah, bring Allagash beer. Do a review on it, and then we'll talk about the website, distribution, availability, pricing, everything that comes into the brewery. And then each panel member will throw out a rating. We'll average out everyone's rating, and that'll be a rating for the show. So yeah, that's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then I do my Rate That Beer Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Pretty much bring any beer you want to review. It could be a revisit if you want. I like to try to bring new beers that I haven't had before. But you don't have to do that. Like I said, you can bring whatever you want as long as it's beer. And it's pretty laid back, just do a beer review, hang out, ask each other a couple questions and stuff. So, yeah, check that out Saturday. I also have my reviews on my channel if you ever get the chance to watch them. I don't only do beer reviews. I also do liquor reviews, such as do a lot of whiskey reviews. Well, I haven't done a whiskey review in a while, but if you look at my channel, I have a lot of whiskey reviews. Malt beverages. I even did a wine review one time. Yeah, so it's pretty much all things liquor and beer. Shout outs for other people. I'll shout out FLX Beer Reviews, Dan and Mike. Go check him out. Go check him and his buddy out. Dan usually is the guy that I hang out with. But I've seen their videos. They do a good job doing reviews. And yeah, they're cool people. Anybody else? So shout out to Drunken One. He started doing some videos recently. So go check out his channel as well. He recently just did a review of 1050 that he got from this guy over here.
That's right. Hashtag Smoky Chunks.
Hashtag Smoky Chunks. Yeah, shout out to Smoky Chunks, also known as Drunken One. But yeah, thanks for having me tonight, Beer Man. Cheers, guys.
Welcome, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So, well, for my promos, I get my 50-point inspection videos. I put them out on Wednesday and Friday. So, tomorrow's Wednesday. There'll be a new one coming up tomorrow. So, check it out. Please.
Yes,
Like, comment, subscribe. Stick around a while. See if you like me. I don't know. Live stream I do
like
Monday
you.
nights, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's called New Brew. and just bring a beer that you've never had before to join up on panel. And I just ask the panel members if you have a question to bring it in the chat too. If you guys are there in the chat, just throw out a question. Usually we have Tommy Carroll. He's a frequent visitor. I don't remember seeing Tommy yesterday, but he'll usually throw out some questions anyways. But if you're in the chat and you throw a question out and it's something that's appropriate enough, beer related would help. But if not, I mean, it's basically just something we're going to ask the whole panel to answer, and we'll just run down. We do silly questions to very serious questions. I mean, it can even. What have I done so far? My own questions I've thrown out there. We've done draw a picture, make a poem.
Oh yeah.
There's different things that have happened.
Gotta do a rap next.
Yeah, it's just part of the show. It's just it breaks it up from the free for all portion of the show. So, yeah, there's that. The bomb has been planted. Alex's Food Friday. Alex the Beer Master. Check out his channel if you haven't looked at him yet. Subscribe if so you wish, whatever. But yeah, Alex the Beer Master, that's his channel. Check it out on Friday anyways. That's his live stream he does. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Right now it's Eastern Daylight Time, so it's EDT. And this Friday is Bomb Pops. So yes, the bomb has been planted for real. Bomb Pops. So those are those, for those that aren't cool to school back in the
Red, white, and blue.
70s and 80s, whatever, and the Bomb Pops came out, the ice cream truck guy would come by. And not only did he try to pick up kids and steal them and stuff, but he'd also give some ice cream out. And Bomb Pops are on there. They're the red, white, and blue Bomb Pop. And you could, it's I think cherry, lime, or lemon or something like that, and then like blue raspberry flavors. And then just mix and match it with a beer. Find something that would go with those types of flavor notes. And I think it's supposed to be pretty warm in most parts of the United States, anyways. If you're out in New Zealand, I know you guys are in your winter time, but still, you guys are probably in the 60s anyway, still in the winter. But yeah, Bomb Pops, Food Friday, Alex Beermaster. Check it out.
Cherry bomb.
Check it out, man.
See, I got like the perfect thought on that. You just get your popsicle and you get like the fruited sour and just stir the popsicle till it completely goes into your beer.
Yeah. Well, I have a fruited sour. That's what I'm bringing. It makes sense, people.
It does.
Bring whatever you want to.
It does. Yeah. Or a milkshake IPA or something, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Or a stout like Alice will probably bring.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks, Bumpy. Whisky Scout, you got any shouts, man?
Well, I can't. They already listed all the ones that I would if I was to list. The only one I can shout out is I promised this 2 days ago, a week ago. Still haven't done the video yet. I promise I will get to it. And I got to do it soon because I'll be gone probably Thursday, unless the rig breaks down or something. So we know what I got to do tomorrow. So
cool.
But other than that, nah, I'm just a boring old man.
You're not boring. Come on. You're quite a fine dude, man.
Well, it seems that way
up here,
man. Through the magic of YouTube vision.
You got it going on, brother. You all right?
If he was Russian, his name would be Boris.
It's all right. Just send the
Smoking a
pouch
cigar,
over.
having his whiskey and vodka.
No,
No, not vodka. Okay,
no vodka. No vodka.
no rum for me. Yeah. Well, all right, man. Thanks, guys. All right, so I'm gonna shout a couple guys out first before I mention the next one. It's not anything crazy. So I got that metal guy 1983 is he's a cool, very cool dude. He's on my side of the world as well. He's over in Washington State, and he puts on some pretty nice videos. Very good editor, and check him out if you haven't already.
I think he's gonna start. He's doing a Monday live.
I think he's
Did
doing
one this past Monday.
past
and I asked him
Monday,
if he was
yep.
gonna do it again. I mean, it looked
9:30, I
intriguing.
think. Yeah, or 9:30 our time. It was a little later for Easter coasters, but
Easters.
Easters.
You Easter seals.
You Easters.
Turn into an egg after
Non-profits.
And Ridgeopolis, man. You know, I just like his videos. I like his happiness. He's such a great, friendly dude, and he's only got 122 subscribers, and he needs to get more because he knows what
his channel is much better than mine.
Well, all your guys' channels are great, but he's got a great presence on the camera as well as all of us. I think he really likes he really loves beer. He loves to review beer, and he's good at it. So check out Ridgeopolis. He seems to know his stuff pretty well, and I've been happy watching his videos. I think you guys, I know Bumpy's seen him, Miscellaneous, East Coast. So
and he's very big with the community too. Like
very big, yep.
Yeah, he like watches people's stuff. And he comments a lot.
Yes,
like long,
fast.
Like
yeah, yep, no doubt, dude.
I'm gonna say cheers because I can't repeat back on everything you just said. So
no, yeah, cheers, dude. Well, we'll go with this, and the anticipation's killing you, isn't it? I told you it's no surprise. But Wednesday will be a Betty White theme for I Like Your Style Tomorrow. So anything that reminds you, it can even be a white labeled can, for crying out loud. A wheat beer, a wheat beer, it can be an animalistic beer because you like the old animal or shitty animal or fucking animals, wild animals. You know where I'm going with this. Just put your mind to it, bring it to the table, and let's review it. 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock my time, Pacific, tomorrow. Yes, and so tomorrow, next week for beer and cheese will be this because I forgot. So bring it.
He said it was going to be open. He did say it was going to be open.
Yeah, we're going to do an open table. So bring what you want. I think it's always nice to do these. Yeah, so hopefully we'll have a nice panel like today, and if not more. So if anyone wants to get on the panel too with any of the shows that I do, and I'm sure everyone else's as well, please just let us know. In the back end, there's a lot going on, but we can also get you go to our about page and check out I got my emails up there. I got Instagram. I've got various areas you can get a hold of us. So yeah, just let us know, and we'll put the link up to you as well. We'll just delete it very quickly so we don't get spammers and all those master shitholes dick bait. But yeah, I don't know. Well, but yeah. So and brewery is getting done, man. I got a few things to do. I got to put some shelves up and shit before I do a grand opening. I do want to make it look nice before I grand open it, and I do have a beer from
Blue Ice just popped.
Cheers,
in.
Blue Ice.
Hey, Blue, cheers to you, man. Right on. Oh, I had it on the other thing. Blue Eyes, cheers. And another great dude. Very cool dude. Check out Blue Eyes. Yeah, so yeah, that's coming along. Just trying to decorate it right now so I can have it ready for a grand opening. And I have a beer from Firestone Walker that I'm going to be doing, and I can't wait to review it on that day. So, right on. Hey, man, thanks, panel. Guys, cheers. You guys make this, man, as well as the chat. But Miscellaneous Brew Reviews, East Coast LQ Reviews, Bumpy Road Brewery, Whisky Scout, Beer Man, and all the chatters up there chilling with us, hanging out. You guys rock, man. You guys have a good night, day, wherever. And the guy on the couch. You guys have a good night, day, wherever you're from in this beautiful world, but not after one more sip.